Before we begin the video, if you haven't yet, come on down and join my Discord server. Link is down in the description. Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel for my review of Season 13, Episode 2, Into the Dark. So the ninja arrive at the palace and meet Princess Vanya and King Vangelis, and several past events are referenced like Hiroshi's Labyrinth and the best season, Tournament of Elements. Now, not just the premise, but the way the shots are constructed and some of Vanya's dialogue is very similar to Season 8, definitely intentional. So Cole goes to his bedroom and Lloyd tries to warn him about Vanya being Harumi 2.0, and then Cole gets another visitor, a gecko holding his mother's necklace. Cole tries to tell the other ninja, but they don't really want to talk about it at midnight, understandably, but he instead meets up with Vanya and they venture into the sewers. Both want to learn more about the mysterious purple creature, but they actually come across the Skull Sorcerer's mining operation. They witness the sorcerer punishing his workers, so Vanya tries to go up to get help while Cole tries to fight the sorcerer. To his shock though, his powers don't work and he is captured. Alright, so let's start with the beginning. Vanya seems to be a pretty good character. I would say my only issue is that she talks too fast sometimes, but the way her voice sounds is good. Now that first scene, as I said, is very similar to Harumi's first interaction, but what I like is they don't try to hide it or conceal it. They acknowledge it and accept it openly, and it's basically like saying, hey, this is just like Season 8. I think many of the similarities are very much purposeful here to draw this parallel. And Lloyd mentioning Harumi later to Cole and the similarities definitely emphasizes this. I also liked when Season 4 and Hiroshi's Labyrinth were mentioned. As I said in my last review, I will always love harmless references. Then you have that Lloyd and Cole scene, and it was alright, I guess, kind of funny, but let's just say this episode would be weird if Harumi wasn't mentioned. But then we have the scene where we see Cole's mother's necklace, and that was a very good scene, exciting and mysterious. Exciting in the sense that, hey, we're finally learning about his mother. Now, we're not actually going to see or learn more about Lily until later episodes, but this definitely serves as a nice teaser that gets us hyped. I also enjoyed the Vanya and Cole focus of this episode and their dynamic, but please don't ship them. And yeah, this episode has a lot of Cole focus, and that's definitely off to the right start. This is the very first Cole season, and the fact that he already has quite a bit of focus in the early episodes is a really good sign. Cole was really good in this episode, and it's been awesome to see his character improve ever since Season 8, really. But then we get to meet the Skull Sorcerer, and his introduction is done very well. In this episode, he comes across as intimidating and pretty scary, which is a good start for sure. Also, his musical soundtrack, his theme sounds really good. But overall, I felt seeing the Sorcerer and his introduction was definitely the highlight of this episode. And the ending was done well too, a good cliffhanger leading into episode 3. In all honesty, I really don't have many issues with this episode, I guess just a few small ones here and there. I like the Skull Sorcerer's voice, but sometimes I feel like it's a bit hard to understand and a bit raspy. What I'm saying is sometimes it sounds a bit unpleasant to me, but only in a few lines. Overall, it is a good voice again. I also felt it was a bit out of character for some of the ninja to be so dismissive of Cole talking about his mother, especially Jay, who really didn't believe any of it. But yeah, those are really the only issues I have. Consider them nitpicks if you want, but let's move on to final thoughts. This episode's plot was definitely a highlight. I felt it was very well paced and handled many different aspects very well. For example, Vanya's introduction, the Skull Sorcerer's introduction, hinting at Cole's mother, Cole focus, and more really. As for characters, Cole was very good in this episode and definitely the highlight, but I also enjoyed seeing Vanya and the Sorcerer as well. I like that action was kept to a minimum in this episode to allow other aspects to be explored, but the one fight scene we get towards the end, it was good. And lastly, emotion, not really applicable to this episode, so we'll skip. My final rating will be a 9.5 out of 10. This episode was fantastic, and I'm not surprised because DHX does a really good job usually with these introduction episodes. Almost every moment of this episode was done very well, and it was a really exciting episode. It definitely makes up for the premiere not being as exciting. Anyways guys, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, be sure to leave a like, subscribe, share with anyone and everyone you know. Share your thoughts on episode 2 Into the Dark down below, and I'll see you next time.